and welcome to another episode of Stumped Down the Leg Side. I am Chukka Wilson, and I'm just giving you an update on the Pakistan-Ireland Test match. It's now over. The game has just come to a conclusion within the last hour, so Ireland's first ever Test match is now finished, and Pakistan won by 5 wickets. So now we can talk about the entirety of the match. Pakistan batted first, declared 9 down for 310. Asad Shafiq scored 62, Shadab Khan 55, and Fahim Ashraf scored 83. For the Irish bowlers, Murtagh 4 for 45 and Thompson 3 for 62. Ireland in their first innings were bowled out for 130, with O'Brien scoring 40 and Wilson 33 not out. Mohammad Abbas was the best of the Pakistani bowlers with 4 for 44, and Shadab Khan took 3 for 31. Now, an interesting little situation happened, because the first day of the Test match was completely washed out. Not only that, but there wasn't even a toss that happened, which meant that technically the game hadn't begun yet, and so it turned from being a 5-day match to being a 4-day match, and that meant that technically all the rules that apply to 4-day games were to come into effect rather than the rules that affect 5-day games. And one of those rules is the follow-on margin. Normally, in a Test match, in a 5-day game, it's 200, but in a first-class standard 4-day game, it's 150. And so, since Ireland were bowled out with a deficit of more than 150, but less than 200, it meant that the follow-on came into effect when otherwise in an ordinary Test match it wouldn't. And so it was a very unusual situation that Ireland in their first ever Test match, despite being less than 200 runs behind in the first innings, were asked to follow on. They did follow on, and they put up much better of a showing than they did in the first innings, ending up with a very respectable 339, with 100 to Kevin O'Brien, another half-century to Thompson, and then a very good contribution in the beginning by Ed Joyce, who scored 43, and there were also other contributions right through the Irish batting innings, and so it was an overall excellent performance by them. Mohammad Abbas was again the best bowler with 5 for 66, and Mohammad Amir took 3 wickets, getting for 63 runs, so he did a good job too. And that left Pakistan with 160 runs to win. They got off to a very bad start. The opening bowlers for the Irish did a fantastic job. At one point, Pakistan were 3 for 14, needing 140 more runs with 7 wickets in hand to win this Test match. But then came a tremendously large and successful partnership between Imam-ul-Haq and Babar Azam. Imam ended up on 74 not out, and Babar got 59. In the end, Pakistan were 5 wickets down when they crossed over the margin to win the game. For the Irish bowlers in the second innings, no one took more than 2, and so there's no highlight to say about that. So there you have it, the first ever Test match between Ireland and Pakistan. The first ever Test match for Ireland has come to an end, and Ireland has put up a very respectable performance. A 5-wicket win certainly is nothing to sneeze at. Pakistan definitely had to work very hard to get that win. Even though Ireland did have to follow on and they were well behind in the first innings, they definitely were able to put up a very excellent effort, especially in the second innings, and in fact throughout the match. They bowled very well, particularly in the first half of Pakistan's first innings, getting those early wickets, and then in their second innings they scored 300, so that was a very good performance, and then they were able to take Pakistan and make them really work hard for a 5-wicket win. So apart from getting bowled out for 160, and apart from letting Pakistan in Pakistan's first innings get away from them, ending up scoring over 300 in a declaration, you'd have to say that Ireland have put up a very respectable, very honourable and very noteworthy, a very good performance, and so they definitely deserve a lot of kudos for what they've done in this Test match. Their first ever Test match, and they deserve lots of compliments for what they've done. So that wraps it up, and there's nothing more to say. So this has been Chukka Wilson here on Stumped Down the Leg Side. This is Bizz 99.9 FM Substitute Radio. Next time when we talk about cricket, you'll be listening to me again. But until then, it's goodbye from me. Take care.